Hello everyone, it's Justin Cross here, and I want to talk about bullies. Now this is going to be a different video because I'm going to be a little bit more real about talking about bullies. I'm talking to people who were and are bullied, and I'm talking to people that are bullies, or maybe you don't know you are a bully. I mean, well, no, you know, you just don't care. But, through the suicide video that I've made, called How to Commit Suicide, which really is not how to commit suicide, but I'm talking to people that are suicidal. There was a young lady there who responded in a way that was extremely negative, saying that I was woman bashing and all this stuff. Then later on she sent me a message saying that the road to hell is paved with good intentions, which is so interesting that you'd say something like that about a video like that. But when she did this, she was very condescending to me, talking about how I'll never get a date, and that I'm so ugly, and that girls hate me, and it's so funny, LOL, I'm laughing so hard right now. And the messages were very mean. For no reason, because I'm helping people. And now I get messages like this a lot. And I'm not going to lie, people say I go after women, I don't. The facts are just about over 90% of messages I get like that for helping people are women. And around 8 to 10% are males. I don't know why that is. I'm wondering if women get more hateful males towards them than hateful women. I don't know. I don't care, actually. But I get those messages a lot, and I always just poop them out, don't care, delete them, you know, and just, I mean, I really don't think of them. I read the first couple words, and then I skim to the middle and read about 4 or 5 words to see if it's negative, then I skip to the last sentence and read a couple words out of it and see if it's just going to be negative, and if it is, I never read these comments. I really don't. I don't read the messages. As soon as it starts off and it sounds like it might be condescending, I get rid of it. But this time, it was different. Because there was a young lady who was very, very precious. She's about 14 years old, and she's the first person to leave a sweet comment on my suicide video about how it helped, and to keep helping people. So, unfortunately, I found out very recently that she's dead. She killed herself, and it was shocking and disturbing when I found out who it was. Because I mean, I remembered it so vividly when that specific girl left that message for me just over a year ago. And it motivated me to helping so many others. And because of her words, and this is what I want you to understand, because of that sweet, precious, innocent girl's words to me, motivated me to keep helping people. Keep helping people in pain. Keep helping people who are being bullied. And the effect from that girl's words alone has now had a positive impact on dozens of other people. Just because of the way she affected me. And now because of a bully, very much like the negative comment that was on the suicide video about the weird things. And I see that so differently now, because that person is a bully, but bullies I've never cared, never bothered me. But now I see bullies in a different light. And because of someone else's words, someone else's, a bully's words, multiple bullies, at her school, led her to a state of such great depression that she went home to end her own life. You bullies, you people, you vile, horrible, you are what you choose to be. Okay? You could be a great person, or you could be a piece of shit. And you can make your life pointless and valueless. Everyone says life is priceless. That's true. Life itself is priceless, but what you do with it will put a value on your life. And if you choose to hurt other people and use your words in a negative way, such as pushing a young, innocent girl to think that her life is worthless because she's short, overweight, and physically unattractive to you, you think that gives you the right to say whatever you want, because freedom of speech. Freedom of speech just means that you're allowed to do it. Doesn't mean you should. It doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. It doesn't mean that's not immoral. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't get your ass kicked for doing it. Some people's words are so harmful, they deserve death over the people who've killed themselves because of the emotional turmoil that you put them through. I'm sorry, getting off track here. I got this, my girlfriend, Lavon. Loveliest woman I've ever met in my life. I mean, so priceless to me that I'm just amazed that I could have ever found anyone like this. And it's just amazing to me. And then later on, I find out that she was bullied at school, and it was just so interesting because she sent me a picture of her at that age, and I was just shocked that a girl that gorgeous would be bullied. And I look at this and it amazes me because I compare now different things to different things as far as it doesn't matter whether you're attractive. It doesn't matter if you're ugly. People will choose random targets and come together and gang up on that one person for no reason. Just because they want to. It's a way for others to bond together when they don't know how to bond together. So instead of everyone bonding together, they choose someone to be the outsider and all team up against that person and make their life hell. I've got a friend, his name's Michael. His father, Dave, used to come to the airport. And I remember this kid, Michael, was so sad one day at the airport when they came to visit me because I worked there. And he got a little teary-eyed. He's very young. He's about 8 years old. Maybe 9. He was being bullied at school. Boy, I was so upset. I was 19 years old or 20 years old. And I wanted to go to a school and beat up these little kids. I was so angry that they would bully my little friend, Michael. My buddy Dave's son. I was so angry. I still feel that now. He's an adult now and everything, getting married soon, which is awesome. But here's what I'm going to get down to. Let me get to the point. First, I want to let you know, there's no excuses for acting bad. A lot of women will be raped, and they will live their lives great, wonderful, full lives, and help people through life, and use that for the better to understand people, and then other women that are raped, use it as an excuse, like, oh, I'm shooting up right now because I was raped when I was a child and I can't deal with it. Oh, it's a disease. You can't blame me for my decisions, which I choose because I was raped, which makes me choose this out of my own free will. There's no excuses for these things, you know? Oh, I had a bad childhood. Mommy and Daddy didn't hug me enough as a child. I grew up without a father. I grew up in an orphanage. I know a lot of other people with the same damn thing who grew up to be great, wonderful people. So, to a lot of you bullies out there, I want you to understand something. Especially a lot of you bigger kids. And this isn't a threat or anything like that, it's the opposite. I want you to know that you have an opportunity. And a lot of you have bad fathers. I noticed that. Usually it's not a mom issue. You know, usually it's a father issue. A man who doesn't understand how to be a man and says he's a pussy and a sissy and he beats his kids or beats his wife. And that will cause a lot of aggression any younger child, where it's understandable to see why they would become a bully, because that anger, they have no outlet. They need to feel control. When you are a bigger kid, or you're stronger, you have that aggression, you'll be surprised to see how good you will feel about yourself if you choose to protect the younger ones. Choose to protect the smaller ones. Choose to stand up for them. End up getting in a fight with a bigger kid for standing up for the smaller ones. You will feel something you've never felt before. That aggression and that anger and the hatred and the confusion will disappear. Give yourself purpose. Act with understanding and wisdom. And stick up for the small guy. Those guys, those little ones that are getting picked on are the ones you want as friends. Because in the future, they're going to be the ones with the power. You can choose to change a life for the better. You could choose to motivate and use your words in a way that will create someone to want to do good. Your words can create millionaires and billionaires. You could talk to someone in such a way, and I'm going to use this as an example again. Right now, Lavon, her words towards me has made me a better man and a greater man, a man of wisdom and knowledge, understanding, patience. Well, more patience than before. Because of her, I've gone out over things as far as pursuing my own insurance agency and learning things more better in politics and becoming a real man and standing up for what's right no matter what. And my life is now so much better than it's ever been before because of my woman's words, how she built me up. And then I know of some men whose wives, and I know big powerful men that were millionaires, their own companies, their own jobs, or their own jobs, their own companies that they own, and for women to tear them down by using their words and destroy them, and then they become nothing. Our words are the most powerful things that we have. How we choose to use them will determine a lot more than you think.
Call from Dick.
It will determine a lot more in your life than you could ever understand. Right now, this is my buddy. Well, on the phone his name is Dick. His real name is Edgar. Another gentleman I know who's climbing up the ladder in life right now and was bullied a lot in school. And let me tell you one thing, that gentleman right there, there's a lot of people in school who bullied him who really wish they didn't bully him now. They wish that they could get help from someone, especially someone like him. I'm going to go ahead and have a story. It's not going to be on this video, because this video is already getting quite long. But I'm going to start telling you stories. And I'll just call them bully stories. Bully story number 1, bully story number 2, bully story number 3. It's true stories on real things that have actually happened. In order for you to get a better understanding on, well, they're just going to be fun stories. I'll just tell you that. But the first one is what I told that young man so many years ago at the airport, Michael, that changed his view on so much. And hopefully you'll get something out of it. But remember, you could choose to be pointless. You could choose to have a life that's worth less than what it is. Or you could choose to become the type of person that when you pass on, or if you're missing for a while, or whenever you're gone, people won't say, "I'm so glad he's gone." Or, "I don't even remember who he is." Who? What's his name? No. It's better to be the type of person that when you're gone, people miss you, they ask questions about you, and they tell stories about you. And have other people learn how to be a man or a woman of integrity, honor, whom everyone respects because you're standing up for what's right no matter what. Those are the people who live on forever, and those are the people that become legends that stories are written about. Choose to do what's right. You will not regret it. You'll live a life of adventure, honor, and integrity. And by the time you pass, you could finally say, I have no regrets. And not the type of person who's like, you know what, I lived life through its fullest. I went and got drunk and I did these drugs and I had sex with so many people. I lived life. I got no regrets. No. That's not true. You could pass in a different way and say, I helped people. I saved lives. I built them up with my words in order for them to become better than the best that they could be. And I'm loved. I'm loved by people, and I'm loved by every race, and no, nothing else matters. I did not show any hatred. I'm loved by human beings. Because I loved them. And I showed them. I didn't just say it, I showed them. And then actually not have regrets. It's a lot better to live an actual full life than to live projecting problems on other people and wishing you had. Thank you.